Hello there, I'm Nicholas, and this is On Listening with Chi Rising Studio. Thank you for joining me today. There's a kind of noise we've stopped noticing. Not the kind made of sound, but the kind that hums behind our screens, buzzes in our pockets, calls us to scroll, to check, to respond. It's the noise of always being reachable, always on. And in that hum, something gets lost. Presence, depth, attention. We live in a world where connection is constant, but listening has become fractured. We hear without listening. We respond without reading. We nod while typing. Our minds are half here, half somewhere else. And the cost? It's subtle, but it builds. A frayed sense of calm, a reduced ability to focus, a shallow breath, a missed glance, a moment that never fully lands. When attention is divided, so is presence. And without presence, listening becomes performative. We hear the words, but not the heart behind them. We check in, but not deeply. We soothe with emojis, but not with presence. But how do we reclaim our attention? It doesn't need to be some grand gesture. It can begin with the smallest shift. What happens when the phone is left in another room? When you walk without the hum of earbuds? When the screen isn't the first thing you reach for in moments of quiet? Notice what rises in those spaces. Notice the feeling of breath, uninterrupted by the scroll. Notice how a conversation shifts when you're truly there, not half elsewhere. This is not about rejecting something, it's about re-establishing relationship with your devices, with your mind, with yourself. Boundaries in this sense aren't punishments. They're acts of kindness, a gentle reclaiming of inner space, a remembering of the natural rhythm that we often lose. Deep listening asks for stillness, for quiet, for time. But in a world that moves at digital speed, those qualities are no longer given, they must be chosen. So today, perhaps choose to pause, choose a moment offline, choose a breath before responding, choose a meal without the distraction of a screen. Because every boundary you set is an invitation to be here, fully, with yourself, with another. In those spaces of stillness, attention becomes sacred again. You become more than just a receiver of information. You become a vessel of presence. And it's in that presence that listening finds its home. If you found value in this episode, please consider sharing it with a friend who might also find it interesting. Your support helps us continue to create this space for learning and growth. You can find out more about our studio and the podcast at chirising.studio.